But in any case, we need really to get into the heart of the matter without sensitivity. And we have to ask ourselves, what are the sources of those wounds or differences that need to be healed and or reconciled? One reason is that oftentimes we speak about brotherhood, Islamic brotherhood, which is a beautiful concept, no question. Yet the fault is not with the concept. The fault is squarely with us. We talk about brotherhood, but we don't really implement it and live up to it as we should. When some of us deal with the others with a sense of superiority, so I'm superior because I'm immigrant, I was born in a country that majority are Muslims, or the opposite, I feel superior because I am indigenous. I was born here and some of my ancestors were born here. I am superior, or I get sense of superiority because I think, rightly or wrongly, that because I was raised in a Muslim country, that I know better about Islam than others and deal others in some condescending type of manner, even though they could be in reality more knowledgeable than me. When somebody says or get the sense of false superiority because, well, I speak the language of the Quran and I can read it. And look at those guys who are just trying hard even to pronounce it, forgetting that the Prophet ﷺ said that the one who recites the Quran and he does it well, he has one reward. And the one who recites the Quran with difficulty, he gets two rewards. That is my understanding. One reward for reciting the Quran, one reward because he doesn't know the language and he's struggling and exerting greater effort to recite the book of Allah. On the other hand, you might also, and I'm very frank and try to be impartial, somebody who might have a perceived sense of superiority because, well, I'm indigenous here, I know the environment here, I'm entitled to have my own understanding of Islam. I don't need any imported fatwa from anywhere. I need to define my own private American Islam. Another example of our failure to really live up to the demands of brotherhood, when we find in the same locality, metro area, for example, a number of immigrants, relatively more affluent than many others, many are professionals, constructing fancy mosques and Islamic centers costing millions. It's good if to have big centers so that you accommodate activities. I'm not critical of that, but what I'm critical of, that in the very same time, in the very same locality, there is not enough to support the brothers and sisters who are less affluent, less fortunate, who live in the core of the city, trying even to build, let alone repair or keep going, a modest masjid where there are lots of good going on and lots of good activities are taking places. As if we're living in two different worlds, two different Islams. The Islam of suburbs and the Islam of the core of downtown or other areas. A third example of that failure of brotherhood is when we find in many communities that they are endowed by the grace of Allah with a large number of Muslim doctors, all kinds of specialties. Some are doing that, but in many other places, there is no low-cost kind of clinic, if not, as some even would expect, some free clinics, even volunteering, a physician volunteering once a week to look after those who are less fortunate, especially in a country where the cost of medical health insurance is beyond the means of many, where 47 million Americans do not have any basic health insurance. And as a footnote, since this debate is going on, it puzzles me, not only in America, but all over the world, that the same bodies that authorize trillions of dollars in destruction of life are hesitant to authorize a fraction of that to maintain life and health of the community. It puzzles me. I might not be the only one, but perhaps I'm not. I can hear some reaction to this. This is not a political advertisement. It's not being paid by Mr. Obama. Anyway, these examples are only samples of many other issues that need to be addressed candidly, analyzed, and dealt with. Now coming to a final part, a longer part than the other ones, but bear with me, because I think that's, to me, the more important one.